Hi everybody and welcome. I know at times, we're afraid to take chances. We're afraid of, exploring life. Deciding in a sense, what direction to go in. And I suppose for myself, even as a child, teenager, the angels always had me exploring life. They had me, out there on adventures. That's what I would call them. New beginnings, new discoveries. They'd bring me through forests, across rivers, around lakes, up mountains even. They'd bring me to derelict buildings and they'd have me walk through them. So I guess all my life they were teaching me how to go forward in life and how to, in a sense, enjoy it. To take the chance to discover. And I love to discover. It's just something that God and the angels have taught me. It would be like, they have me out in the forest and stop at a tree and look up into the branches and maybe see the bees or see a bird's nest and watching and discovering what I'm seeing. And I guess a lot of that took away fear. I wasn't as afraid as I got older. It gave me courage. And yet I knew, what would I say, the time my dad brought me into the garage, to learn how to deal with money, and that was really difficult because, again, not letting anyone know that I was dyslexic, it was a real challenge, but yet it was exciting as well, and being more careful, I suppose, not to make a mistake, and I loved that challenge, and I loved, when the angels would be helping me, or when somebody like my dad would come over, or one of the other people working at the garage would come over, and unknowing to them, they would say, "Lorna, can I give you a hand doing that?" And I would smile because I knew their guardian angel and those unemployed angels got them to come over. But they wouldn't have known that I couldn't recognize, how would I say, the article that I was to move, because there would have been, in the shop part, lots of different things, and I would just turn and say to them, "Well, Dad said I have to get in the stores, let's say the 3-in-1 oil as such," and they would come out with me, and of course I would step back a little bit and let them pick the box, and then of course I would start to recognize the box, its shape, its color, and the little things of 3-in-1 oil, exactly what they look like. So I suppose every day I was on an adventure to discover life, to take a chance, and to explore in so many different ways. And then I know always the time when Joe came to the petrol station for the job and kind of, knowing, this would be the young man I would fall in love with. And he with me. And I know I have written about that in Angels in My Hair, but yet having the courage to take the chance to say yes. We always have to take chances, and some chances we take turn out brilliant. Other chances we take don't turn out so well, but you've had the experience of it. you know, you have learned something from it, and the most important thing is to enjoy, regardless. Always enjoy. And, you know, I'm just thinking now, being at the garage, you know, Joe being a young man coming in, getting the job, and, you know, at times the angels would say to me, you know, Lorna, bring the dirty cups from the office around to the canteen, because Joe was there, like, and I given out to the angels because I was excited about it, but I was nervous as well. I was very shy. And today I still am shy. You may not think it, but I really am. And, you know, walking out of the office and the shop and walking around the side of the building and kind of peeping, you know, with my eyes to see, was Joe in there? And of course he was, if the angels had said so. And sometimes there'd be someone else in there and they would be having their cup of tea and sandwich or whatever. And, you know, going to the sink and nodding my head and saying hello. And I always remember the day that Joe asked me out, you know, to go to the movies with him. And that was really scary, you know, but it was exciting. It was a challenge put in front of me, something new to discover. And I loved it. I have to say I loved it. I loved getting the bus into Dublin from Leixlip and meeting Joe and walking up O'Connell Street and going to a movie and then getting home. It was the first time actually really being out with a boy, you know, properly in that way. So yes, life is full of challenges, but they are things we need to do, because if you didn't take on a challenge, if you didn't have the courage to go on a journey, on that adventure, you would miss out on so much of life, because it's really important. It's like even going for a new job. Like sometimes everyone tells you, you know, what work you should go after. But sometimes I would say to you, you know, go after maybe sometimes a different kind of work, just to discover whether you like it or how much you enjoy it, to have the experience, to have the laughter and the fun in that way. Life is a journey and it is full of ups and downs. But how would I say, I wouldn't be who I am only for my life journey has been so challenging and yet so incredible. I would not change it for anything. And I thank God for that, even though I kept saying no to God all the time. Because in one sense, I thought God was crazy to ask someone like me to do what I do, especially when I'm severely dyslexic and can't read or write as such in the way everyone else does. So take on those challenges of life, take on those adventures, but enjoy them as well. They may work out, they may not, but that's not what it's about. So I'm just going to say, love you and bless you. Bye-bye.